I hope Laurie doesn't make much noises because I just think he will because he's impatient. Um, Welcome to the Boring Podcast. I think it's episode 2. Yeah, it's 100% episode 2. No, it's not the fuck. I keep getting the name wrong. It's the Boring Show. But I always get it mixed up because of my Instagram and things like that. The Boring Show, the name is actually taken. So I had to name it the Boring Show Podcast. But the actual name of the podcast is the Boring Show. Okay, that's out of the way. If you haven't checked out the last episode, I did explain a bit more on why I started a podcast and what stopped me from doing a podcast. So if you want to have a look at that, yeah, go do it. But yeah, welcome to the episode 2, and not really exactly sure what we're gonna talk about here. There's a bit to talk about. I am starting this podcast to be myself and put my words and things out there. And today I am feeling a bit shit for the past few days. It's just, I don't know if you can tell by the tone of my voice, but it has not been that great. There has been a few things going on, a lot of certainty, which I'm stressing over. Hang on, let me just put this cup down. It's gonna make a noise. Done. So there's a bit of an uncertainty with a few things. I can't go too much into it because it's not my thing. It's a personal thing of someone else, so I can't really dig into it. But it's been bothering me. I've been trying to help them, but they're denying it. They're denying the help. So all I can do is I can try to help them, but if they don't want that help, then yeah, it's up to them. But yeah, this podcast, I'm happy that I'm saying this because, sometimes I have limited friends and I love all my friends that I have and things like that. But I don't think I have like a really really good relationship with anyone to talk about the stuff that I want to talk about, and I always feel like I can't put myself out there or to have someone to talk to, and I think that's reasonable. Like, not everyone has someone to talk to, but and I'm not like I don't want to rely on people either, but I'm not looking for someone to talk to either. So a lot of the time when I'm going through stuff, I talk to myself, and I read books. I just chill out the most of the time when I'm going through shit. But yeah, it's just one of those days where I'm just feeling shit. But yeah, I have this podcast now. I think I'm really comfortable to just talk about me, talk about my feelings, and hopefully in that like it's a moment of stillness, and that stillness is important. And me providing that, like, my personal downs might actually help you. The reason being is because people on social media are used to comparing themselves. They're used to comparing themselves to other people on social media, because they think that they have lesser value than others because of how the other. Does that make sense? I don't know if that makes sense. Okay, what I'm trying to say is people on social media or people in real life are always comparing themselves to other. Oh, okay, my bird's making sounds now. You alright, Laurie? You good, brother? I think he's good. Yeah, people on social media are comparing them. Not just on social media. People in general, in real life, in social media, wherever they are always comparing themselves to other people. They think that they have lesser value than the other people, and that's because, especially on social media, that's a key word, especially on social media, when you go scroll through Facebook, Instagram, you're always seeing the happy moments of someone's life, but that's just not reality. But for some people, they think that someone who's smiling and someone who's buying this car, buying this dress, is probably the happiest person in the entire world, but that may not be true. That same person who buys that car or buys that house or buys that expensive jewelry or whatever materialistic, or even not even materialistic, just like going on a vacation, that person goes through the same thing as you. They just don't post it on social media. So I feel like me talking about the downs I have and being honest and being authentic with it, to a level where it maintains personal information, personal content to myself, and where I can explain that like it's a shit time. I think people could relate to that, because a lot of people, a majority of the people, have shit time, but they only portray the good times. They only portray the highs and not the low moments they have. So it's good. I feel like it's valuable in a way that if I portray my negative sides, or the sides that are not, yay and hooray and shit like that, I think people could relate, and it's human to relate, so they could get value out of it. And yeah, maybe it would even make them feel better in a good way. I mean, like, people won't feel, if you feel better because I'm fucking sad or some shit, then I don't know. But if you feel better because you feel like it's relatable and it happens to everyone, then that's good. But yeah, and if you do feel as if you are comparing yourself to others, just my advice is don't, because everyone, like, the people you're comparing themselves to are having this, or have had the same issues as you. They're probably going through a lot worse. Let me just check my messages. Okay, no worries. No messages checking on podcast. But the people who you are looking up to, or comparing yourself to, do go through the same lows as you. So don't feel good that they're going through the same thing as you, but feel good that how can I put this into sentence? Don't feel shit that, just don't compare yourself to other people, because social media is not reality. It's just a high show where people just share everything that's good and perfect, whereas they don't share the things that are shit. If you want to be authentic, share the moments of your life that is really fucking shit, or basic, or normal, because that's relatable to other people, and that would bring a lot of value to you, and also most importantly, the people who are on the opposite side of the screen looking at your post. So share your downs, talk about your downs, and yeah, people will find value in them. And that's exactly what I'm doing, in a hope that, I can only hope that if you get something out of it. Oh my God. The more you share the normal aspects of life, such as like your ups and downs, the more someone is to be inspired and get value from it. And podcast, a video format of vlogs, whatever it is, it's just one of the great, one of the many places to do that. Such as, like, not just podcasts. Like, you don't have, like, when you're feeling shit or when you're feeling upset, just write it down in your book. And if you're comfortable with sharing to the world, because that might actually help someone, do it. I also write down a few things on my book too, because I'm like writing a scrapbook, like a sketchbook. I want to release a book in the next few years. I don't know when. I don't know if it's happening, but yeah, I just write down my thoughts and my values and my belief in a paper, and hopefully one day I get to release that as a book. Yeah. So yeah, I am literally, I'm not, these few days, I feel like a week has been pretty shit, because I've been stressing. I've been like having a hard time accepting this uncertainty, because I can't give him more information, because there's, like, I'm just having a shit time. Like, my life at this stage is just shit. Not shit as in I'm not grateful or anything. It's just there's a problem, and I don't know how to, like, overcome that problem. And yeah, that's the issue. But yeah, that's my issue. So it's been doing my head in for the past few days, and it's just been getting worse. And I've wrote down something like ages ago, and I think this is one of the one of the biggest thing that I value, and it's actually on my Instagram bio. It's literally the phrase nothing just life. And what this means is basically there's nothing that's certain. It is just life, and that stands out a lot to me, and it has a big value and a big bang like in my brain. That's yeah, I got that over the months of like reading books and like watching motivational people and things like that. And yeah, it really stands out to me that in life, like nothing is certain, except there's two things that are certain, which is death and the certain of uncertainty. So those are the two things that are certain in life, and anything beside that is just a life. So like that's what I stand for, and I feel like by me feeling shit, I'm denying that. But again, like I gotta allow myself to feel shit. I gotta just accept that I feel shit, then move on from that. Whatever happens, I guess. So yeah, that's the lesson. So this is me right now. I just feel like I'm fucking shit. Fuck. What else? Oh yeah. The funny thing is, I don't know if many people agree on this. I live in Australia, by the way, Melbourne, Australia. If you don't know, I'm gonna talk about some politics. So I've just recently came across this post. Let me find it. I don't know if I can find it. Give me a second. It's about like ScoMo, so Scott Morrison. And like, actually, I don't know if I should talk about it because I'm not actually really educated on politics, but I think this is what I'm just gonna say my thoughts. I don't know if they're right or wrong. Most probably, like I'm missing a lot of parts, but and I need to do more research. But I'm just gonna go through it. I'm just trying to find the post. Yeah, so like the 9 News announced hundreds of international students could arrive in Australia within weeks under a plan to help struggling unis. So this is where my beliefs in uni does come through. I don't know what the fuck I just said, but so I think Scott Morrison, the Prime Minister of Australia, when the coronavirus struck, he told the international student to go home because I don't know, and they were begging for help because a lot of people just lost jobs and shit like that, and they were really just struggling. And he didn't offer them any financial help or any help in any way. I don't think he offered, because a lot of people are angry at that. So I don't think he did much. And I don't like international students. I don't think a prime minister is obligated to do that, but I don't know. It's just, in my opinion, if he didn't offer any help, it's a little selfish for him not to offer jobs because they are one of the biggest sources of income for Australia. I feel like I don't know if I'm talking bullshit, but if I am, I'm sorry. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'll like to be more educated in this, but just can't be fucked looking it up. I just came across this and I thought maybe I should talk about it. But like if they're bringing a lot of money, international students are bringing a lot of money into Australia because they have to pay fully for their uni courses, and he didn't offer like any kind of financial help, but it's kind of selfish. But the thing is that he told them to go home, and I think the majority of them went home. Now that the coronavirus is easing, I think he's like, come back. Come back and help struggling unis. So unis are struggling right now, so they're like, he's like, come help our uni system or some shit, so we can get some money. So that's that. That's my view. Again, please, you know what? I don't care if you freaking judge me or whatever. I don't know. I'm not educated in this enough, but this is just my point of view and what I'm seeing. So here's my opinion. This opinion might change tomorrow because I may be more educated tomorrow. So fuck you for judging me. All right. I don't know if this was a podcast or just a rant sesh, but I just want the message is for you to know that, don't compare yourself, number one, to other people on social media or in real life just because you think they have a high life and a happy life. because most probably in most cases they are exactly the same as you, or they're struggling as much as you. And it's not that they need to struggle, it's that everyone's life has ups and downs. Just because someone portrays it differently, like they have a high life, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's that way. So stop comparing yourself. Do you focus on you? Fuck the other people that are, that you're comparing yourself to. Just look up to them. Maybe look up to them as a motivation, and help that drive your energy to become a better person and have a more mental stable. I don't know, but yeah, just don't compare yourself, because it's just gonna be bad for your mental health at the end of the day. Just focus on you and do you. If you haven't followed me on in my Instagram at the Boring Podcast. The Boring Show Podcast. Is it? Yeah. So Instagram at the Boring Show Podcast. No spaces, no full stop, no nothing. Exactly those words. The Boring Show Podcast. Go follow that. And if you want to follow my photography account, and subscribe to my channel on YouTube, including this channel, which is the podcast channel. And also, you freaking get what I mean. Every link is in the bio. You don't have to subscribe or anything, but it will be appreciated if you do. I will enjoy that. But I want to give more than I want to start to give more than I take, or if that makes sense. So yeah, if you're just hearing this and if you get something from it, that's enough for me. I really appreciate that, and I hope whatever I say helps you out, or brings some value to you. Other than that, I will see you in another talky podcast. Hopefully in the near future, maybe after like 2 episodes, I can hook some guests up, and I need to work out how to actually, do those things. So, all right, catch you later. Have a good one. 17 minutes and 15 seconds, great.